हम सब ये तो जानते हैं कि एक WWE सुपरस्टार को पैसे उसके कॉन्ट्रैक्ट के हिसाब से मिलते हैं। जैसे उसका कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होगा वैसे ही उसकी कमाई होगी। उसकी भी अलग अलग टाइप्स होते हैं। ऐसे वैसा जो स्टो की स्टार्टिंग करते हैं और ऐसे मिड कार्डर एंड मेन इवेंटर सुपरस्टार्स को अलग अलग टाइप के कॉन्ट्रैक्ट दिए जाते हैं WWE द्वारा। पर आप सब ये जानते हो क्या असल में WWE का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होता कैसे है, क्या कंडीशंस होती है, कैसा पे आउट होता है और कैसे चीजें उस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में लिखी गई होती है। और हमें बताएंगे एक ऐसे WWE सुपरस्टार जिन्हें आप जानते हो, इंडिया के जिंदर महल। आपको वही एक्सप्लेन करेंगे कि कैसे WWE कॉन्ट्रैक्ट वर्क करता है। तो आगे बढ़ने से पहले चैनल पर पहली बार तो सब्सक्राइब करके नई कंफर्ट आउट कर दीजिए और बेल आइकन को जरूर दबाएं। तो चलिए जानते हैं कि WWE कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कैसा होता है।
How does a WWE contract actually work? For this example, let's sign a 3-year, $1 million per year contract downside guarantee. WWE pays its talent every single week. So take your downside guarantee of $1 million divided by 52 for 52 weeks. Your weekly check will be $19,230. For the sake of this example, let's round it up to $20,000. Now, with a downside guarantee, that $20,000 check will come in regardless if you are injured or if you wrestle 7 days a week. Same amount every single week. Now, can a WWE wrestler out-earn their downside guarantee? Absolutely. A downside guarantee is only a minimum. There is no maximum. There is no set maximum. So what WWE uses is what's called a bucket system. Now, the bucket system is imaginary in nature. It is essentially off the books. You will receive the same amount every single week. But what the bucket does is it keeps track of how much money is going out and how much money you are actually earning. Television tapings, live events, pay-per-views, merchandise, everything goes into this bucket. So let's start the bucket off, obviously, week 1 at 0. $20,000 goes out. You wrestled on Raw, you got $5,000, imaginary number. All of these numbers are imaginary. Your balance in the bucket is negative $15,000 after week 1. Don't let it scare you. Your weekly amount remains the same. Week 2, same thing. Minus $20,000 for your weekly pay. You brought in $5,000 for Raw. You're now negative $30,000. Don't let it scare you. Same amount hits your bank account. Week 3, $20,000 goes out. You work a pay-per-view. You get $50,000. You wrestle on Raw. $10,000. You were in the main event. And it was a sold-out arena. You are now positive $10,000 in this bucket. That doesn't mean you get $10,000. Again, this is imaginary. It's plus $10,000, but your weekly check remains the same. And if it was in the negative, you do not owe WWE money. This is imaginary in nature for now. Week 4, $20,000 goes out. You wrestle on Raw, $5,000. You get a $100,000 merchandise check. Except you do not receive the check. It goes into the bucket. In your bucket, you are up $95,000. Now, what happens when a wrestler gets injured or they're no longer being used on television? Same thing, your weekly check remains the same, but you will notice your bucket amount, your balance will start to decrease. If you were in the positive, you could soon be in the negative. If you were already in the negative, you could be further in the negative. Again, don't be alarmed by the negative amount. You do not owe WWE this money. Let me explain. So week 30, 6 months later, you come back and you main event WrestleMania. You earn $500,000, except you do not get paid $500,000. It goes into the bucket. Whatever you were negative by, this will offset it. Now, let's assume for the rest of the year, I was wrestling on Raw regularly, I got merchandise, and I had a few pay-per-view matches. At week 52, I am positive $325,000 in my bucket. And by week 52, I will have received $1 million on my downside guarantee. And this amount of $325,000 will essentially be a bonus. So the total amount that I made for that year would be $1.35 million. Now, for most wrestlers, I would say over 90% of wrestlers, this number is going to be in the negative. And if it's in the negative, does not matter, because after week 52, we go back to week 1 and your balance starts at 0. You do not owe WWE any money. Year 2 starts on this 3-year contract. You will make another $1 million guaranteed.
अगर ये वीडियो ज़रा से भी इंफॉर्मेटिव लगी होगी तो वीडियो को लाइक एंड चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करके जाना, भला उसे खलास मारिए या फिर चॉप, लेकिन क्लिक हो जाना चाहिए। इंस्टाग्राम पर मुझे फॉलो कर सकते हो, लिंक इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स। अब तक के लिए इतना, गुड बाय, टेक केयर।